Alright, so recently I've seen a lot of people asking me a lot of the same questions, basically around the input terminology that's used in combo videos and what frame data is. So hopefully by the end of this video I'll help you understand what input terminology and frame data is for Soul Calibur 6. Alright, so before we go into frame data, we have to go over what is input terminology. So if you look on the screen there, you will see that they have a layout for all of your buttons. So basically, 1 is your down and back input at the same time. 2 is going to be your down input. 3 is going to be your down and forward input at the same time. 4 is going to be your back input. 5 is going to be your neutral, meaning you're pressing no directional buttons at all. 6 is going to be your forward input. 7 is going to be your back and up input at the same time. 8 is going to be your up input. And 9 is going to be your up and forward input at the same time. Alright, so I already know what you're thinking. Why is there terminology in the first place? Like, why does it help? So basically, we have this system set in place so that other players from other platforms such as Xbox, PS4, PC, whatever you're playing on at a time, so they know exactly what move you're doing, because everyone sets their key bindings to different things. Like when I was playing Injustice, I'd have my R1 as my guard, and that would be a different button. So everybody changes their buttons depending on how they want to play it, what buttons they're going to use the most, depending on what character they choose. So that's why they have this system in place, so that when we're looking at these combo videos and we're seeing how we're supposed to do these moves, we know the universal and not just for that platform that we're using. Such as PlayStation, if I made a combo video and I put, square triangle, it wouldn't be the same for Xbox, or it wouldn't be the same for, PC, because it's all going to be different. It's all going to be all different key bindings, so I can't use that same terminology for those platforms, if that makes sense. Alright, so we just went over directional inputs. Now let's talk about attack command terminology. For Soul Calibur, it's pretty simple. All we have is our A for horizontal attacks, B for vertical, K for kicks, and G for guard. Now that's helpful to learn because I'm pretty sure when you hop into a new game, the first thing you're going to want to do is, learn the combos, learn what's flashy, you're going to want to learn what you're looking at. And for that, you're going to have to know the terminology. For example, I just released a Cervantes combo video with the terminology at the bottom. So if you're unfamiliar with it, looking over the chart and comparing it to the video will help you a lot. Okay, so now that we went over that, let's jump right into frame data. I'm not going to go over every move's frame data in this video. I'm just going to cover how to read it and understand it, and understand what you're reading. So I'm going to go over like 2 moves and explain it to you guys. And then in another video, I'm going to go over Cervantes' frames and how you can use this information to better make up setups and traps of your own. But for now, let's just go ahead and get you headed in the right direction. Alright, so here's an example of how frame data can help you. Now, if you play the Raphael, you know they all spam the 10 frame move in ranked. So knowing your frames helps for this reason. Alright, so say the Raphael is going to punish you every single time with his 6 BB, right? So what you could do is you could bait him for damage. So basically, look, my A is going to be -8 on block. Raphael is naturally defensive, so he's going to always guard and then try to look for the counterattack afterwards. So if I do 8, which is -8 frames, then he can attack me after. It'll be his turn. So let's look at that. Now notice I cannot sidestep after that. Like no matter what. Now if I use 3K, which is -4 on the block, then I can sidestep afterwards. You see? Another thing to know is, for certain characters, you always gotta sidestep a certain way. You're not gonna always be able to sidestep the same way. You see how it caught me trying to sidestep down the last time? It's all dependent on the position. But if I'm close up, I believe that I need to sidestep up instead of down. See? Now if I get all the way close to him again, alright, so now that we talked about on guard, let's talk about on hit and counter hit. So basically, if you look on the chart, your AA is going to be +6 on hit. Now, +6 doesn't guarantee you anything. It just puts you in a very good position to hit the opponent first, depending on your option select. So let's just use Raphael for an example again. Say you're +6, and some people won't know the frame, so they won't respect the frame. So you can't overthink certain things. So if you're +6, your 12 frame AA will basically be a 6 frame AA. So that's what you kind of want to look at. So your 6 frame AA is going to beat his 10 frame. You know what I'm saying? So that's how you want to look at that. But if you're +6 and you decide to do a vertical, just know he can sidestep if you use a vertical afterwards. So that's where the option select comes in. Now Cervantes doesn't have a 12 frame vertical, but it still works for his vertical moves. Like his 6B is, I believe, 14 frames. So even doing that would still beat out his options, because that would be 8 frames to his 10 frames. So you'd still be able to attack first. It's just that if you want to go for that option select, he could always sidestep, or you can do another AA just to catch him and make him block. It's all up to what you want to choose to be your offensive option. Alright, so here I'll show you how, just because you're +6 doesn't mean you can just do any move. You gotta know exactly what move you're gonna want to do and how they're gonna react to it. So you can't just be +6 and think you're gonna hit somebody with a vertical. Like, he can easily sidestep it like that. That's going to be it for this video. If it helped you understand more about the terminology and frame data, please drop a like, drop a comment, share it to a friend, subscribe for more content like this.